I wanted a dog from a breeder because I didn't want to have any problems. That, as well as, well, it's a rescue dog. That's why he can't do XYZ, or he didn't learn XYZ. Those two things I hear really often. And the thing is, those who say they didn't want to have any issues and that's why they went to breeder, I mean, they ended up with me, so there are issues. And as for, well, it's a rescue dog and that's why whatever, that's very often an excuse. I will tell you, in the end, what you can watch out for if you're interested in getting a new dog into your home. But first, let's say every dog can learn, despite some disabilities, alright? But that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with heritage. Some things have, some things have not. But if you take a normal dog, they can learn. If they are a rescue or from a breeder, it doesn't matter. And if we say breeder, and my clients are probably 50-50, 50% breeder, 50% rescue. But a lot of the ones who come to me from a breeder, I would put in the rescue category just because they didn't learn anything. Yes, the producers called themselves breeders, but they were some kind of backyard, puppy mills, pet stores, and the puppies really didn't get any early education, any early exposure to awesome things. So the puppies don't learn anything in their first few critical weeks, and in the end, they end up with the same knowledge and the same skill set rescue dogs do. Sometimes even less. So if you have a dog who grew up somewhere on the street and you want to take that dog in a very similar environment, you might not even have any issues. And the same thing can happen if you have a breeder who lives somewhere very isolated, because if they don't really pay attention to showing the dogs things, it can easily happen that the puppies are very easily scared by new things. Same thing as a rescue. And of course, there are a lot of breeders who do not pay attention to health, to the physical and mental stimulation the puppies need. But there are well-bred dogs in animal welfare who are looking for homes because the owner died or there were some kind of circumstances that made the owner part from their pets. So you can get a very, very well socialized dog from rescue, right? And you can get a very problematic dog. What really matters is, are there health issues? And is there trauma? And have there been experiences, good or bad or none? Those three things contribute to having problems or not. And you can have both in either dogs from breeders or rescue dogs. So what really matters is not if you get your dog from a rescue, which I would prefer over and over again, but what kind of dog that is and in what environment you are bringing that dog. So that is the most crucial thing you can look at if you want to bring a new dog home. Where do you live? How do you live? And how did the dog live before? And where did the dog live before? So, as we said, if you have a house or apartment in a small village and your dog lived on the streets in a small village, your dog might have some adjustment issues with being in a closed space in your apartment or house, but chances are good that your dog will be fine with cars and people and dogs. However, if you take a dog from a breeder who lived isolated somewhere in the countryside and you take that dog into a busy city, chances are good that that dog will have adjustment issues with a lot of things because the dog just didn't get to know all these things. So no, rescue dogs are not more problematic per se, and even if you get a dog who hasn't gotten any issues to begin with, there can always things happen, right? There can be a traumatic event while your dog is living with you. Not because you make any mistakes, but because life just happens. So if you want to know how to build up confidence so your dog can cope with your lifestyle a little bit better, watch this.